Hello, and today we're going to introduce the Spatial Analysis Agent that allow us to analyze spatial data in QGIS with natural language. So first, we have to make sure that we have the QGIS installed. QGIS is a free software. And then next, we're going to the plugins, and we go to Manage and install the plugins, where we search for the Spatial Agent. So you can check their source code where they also provided some tutorials and also demo code. All right, so once you install this plugin, you'll be able to see that the plugin is available here. And we open this plugin. And this is where we can type our request. And the large language model will convert our requests into a geoprocessing workflow and also generate code. So if the code works, you can save the code separately and you can reuse those codes. In the settings, you need to provide your OpenAI API key, which you can buy that from the OpenAI website. You can also choose different models. So I'm going to use the default model for now. You can also define the workspace directory. So I'm going to use the default workspace. All right. So the data I'm going to use is the synthetic GPS data that's created by Open. If you look at the table, you can see that it has strict ID. It has a time, which is a timestamp. We also have the name. So it just represents different locations. It can be home, gym, work, etc. And the data is also projected, so it's ready to use. All right, so let's try our first task. So in our first task, we want to give those points different colors based on the name field. So remember that it can be a home, work, or commute. So we want to give them different colors. So in the prompt, the layer name is called GPS because it is in a geodatabase. So we need to specify the layer name. We also tell the agent that we have a timestamp field called time field, and we also have the name field that representing location names. Next, we tell the agent that we want to assign unique colors based on the name field. Okay, so I think this prompt is very straightforward. So we send out this request, and now AI is analyzing this task. And also they are learning from those examples of their knowledge database so that they are going to decide which tools they are going to use, and they are going to generate this processing workflow. So let's look at the workflow. They are going to extract unique names, and then they are going to apply unique symbology, and finally they are going to display the output. So now they have the code that's been generated, and we can see that it worked very well. I'm going to remove the other layers, and I'm going to also clear the output. I will try the second analysis. This time, I want to count the total hours spent at each locations in this GPS layer. How many hours spent at home, how many hours spent at work, etc. And I want to visualize the results on the bar chart. So let's send out the request, and AI is analyzing the task, and they decided what tools they are going to use. All right, this time we can see it failed. So it tried 5 times and failed. Okay, so here I'm going to try using a different prompt. So this time I'm going to give it specific instructions. All right, so let's try it one more time. All right, so now we can see it does have a report. So let's go to the report page, and we can see this time it is success. So we can see that the people spend more than 80 hours at home and more than 60 hours at work and less than 20 hours at gym and also commute. Okay, I believe this result is accurate. All right, so that's nice. Next, we want to generate the movement path. So here my prompt is that I want to create movement paths from the GPS. All right, so let's try it. We do have those movement paths. So this time I'm going to use O3, which is a reasoning model. We have a very vague or open question such as analyze spatial temporal movement patterns, which essentially is a very hard question even for geospatial professionals. So we can see that AI can generate some processing workflow, which may inspire you so you can try different approach or can give you some ideas. All right, so we can see that the analysis is done. We can see that there's nothing that's being generated meaningfully. Everything actually is empty. If you have time and you can read the code and hopefully identify the reason that why it doesn't work. Okay, so that's very interesting. So I think at least, so when you have some questions that you want to ask, you can try use this. You can try using this spatial analysis agent. So they can perform some very simple tasks and with accurate results. And also they can at least give you some ideas at how AI perform some different workflows, and you can try it by yourself manually, or you can use their code and resolve some complicated questions.